Hello everybody, welcome back to our world, and today we have got a horse friend joining us for what we are doing. First of all, I want to quickly get started on what is going on in here. Look at this. I've worked out, I've done this quite a few times now. I've worked out just the jump that I need to slide right through there. Been a lot of work in here actually, so don't be surprised that I can do that. Look at all that stuff we've got. And by the way, I remember a few episodes ago I mentioned that we were going to do some tests, and I ran my my tests, did my analysis, and I can tell you that we were losing stuff in here. When we did have the lava, we were losing a lot, and when we tried out, well, what I did is I tried some water. Putting the water in here, I think a few of these things also drowned prematurely, and we were losing some of them there, so we might have even been losing chickens through that as well. Now, you can see, looking back here, that we do have some magical redstone going on there, and what I've done is, this is actually something which I have seen a while ago. And it's really, really cool, because what this does, let me just, for instance, get rid of that redstone there. Just ignore this, let's just ignore this stuff here, ignore that stuff there, right? This doesn't connect yet, doesn't matter. Alright, what this does is, I was thinking, I will make chickens grow up, and every now and then I'll just put a little bit of lava out, just to get rid of whatever chickens are fully grown. Because we know that when they are fully grown, let me go F3B, you can see that these chickens over here, these boxes here, they don't go into the lava area. You can see there's no high boxes there. So we're actually cool to have lava above those chickens, which we knew that. But when we get our chickens that we want grown up, when we want to cook them, we just want to have lava out very, very quickly and pull it very, very quickly back, because we don't want all of our chickens to get hit. We just want them to go get burnt, not have any lava when they die, so that everything that does work goes down the bottom there. Ignore that. That's just that making noise. And in fact, I'm gonna get driven crazy by that. So we're turning chicken noises off. Okay, so we got one grown-up chicken there, which is kind of a good thing. What I decided, because as I said, I want this to come out very quickly and go back very quickly. And one way of doing that is using something called a one-tick pulse. But this is a bit better than that. This is a tick that only lasts for a tick. So have a look at this. You see that? That redstone only goes on for a second. Well, I guess it's a one-tick pulse. But look at that. Very, very quick. So it's on and off in the same game tick, I'm pretty sure. And I learned this, I'm pretty sure, from Ilmango, because Ilmango has got everything that I've ever learnt, really. There's so much stuff that I've learned from that guy. But yeah, what I wanted was that, which will switch it on. So, have a look at that. That switches it on. The chicken's burning. 2 chickens were burning. I just switched it off quickly as well. So that acts basically just like a button, which switches off pretty quickly. Because, as you know, with a button, the button stays down for a few seconds. That's not really too useful. So doing this allows it to be a bit more useful. And what this basically does is the redstone pushes out of there and pushes out of there at the same time. I'm pretty sure that this over here has got a slight bit more delay than this over here. And then as it moves across, it cuts that signal off. I think. I don't know. I might be going crazy. I might not know what I'm talking about. I probably don't know what I'm talking about. But as far as I understand it, that's what's happening. And I've done 2 of them so that when we do switch one, have a look here. The next one comes on a tick after that, because it's got 1 tick delay in the middle. So, okay, I did that wrong. What am I doing wrong? There. 1 extra tick delay. See that? Now, really, we could probably have this going pretty regularly. But overall, I decided we would do this and have a little timer here. We've got a full stack of 64. We could do it more, we could do it less. It's not really too important. We don't have any trouble with what it's currently doing. So have a look at that. It's about to go. See that? 1 chicken's getting burnt in there. And we'll see it get all of its good chicken stuff going up to the top there, which is really, really good. So that's what's happened here. Now, I thought I'd show you guys that because we've actually been doing quite a bit of redstone-y stuff in this, this 20 episode block that we've got going on here. Now, do I have any... No, I don't have any ender pearls to get out of here, so we're going to have to dig our way out. And we can get going on some stuff which I want to start on today, which is an area which a few episodes ago people mentioned, and I think we're about to get to it now. And that is this area right here in front of this nether portal. My idea for this is, well, first of all, we agreed that this doesn't necessarily fit in with the city as much as the rest of the city, and understandable. It's a nether portal. It's not meant to be part of normal stuff here, but we do have it in Minecraft, and it is something very important to us. So we do need to have a nether portal here, and we need to make it fit in as good as we possibly can. So we'll keep the same design for the portal, but we're going to work around the portal to try and get it to fit in with what we've got going over here. So a lot of it will be hiding it, and one idea that I do have is to put a tower around about here, so we can maybe just mark out one of these, and we can get a little watchtower going on here. It'll have to be an odd number, like that. How does that look if we do 3, 3, there? How'd that go, shape-wise? Would that work? I think you can get it to work. It won't be very tall. It'll be a few blocks, just a little bit taller, probably about that block's height, maybe even not even as high as that. It's just a little bit of a lookout so that we can have this distracting from the portal. The portal's also very loud, and that's going to drive me crazy as well. So we'll put it down to there. And then what we're going to have to do is we're also going to have to clear out this area here, make this area kind of fit in a little bit better. So what I was thinking to do over here was probably a tree or something along these lines over there, because we do want to, I did mention in the last episode I wanted to get a tree in on the other side, which we didn't have space for. So we could have space for a tree over here, and we can maybe put in some stuff, maybe like a few items like a wagon, some boxes, some things that you'd find scattered around a city, which we actually haven't got added in here. And I think that's what we're really lacking. We're lacking a lot of these sorts of things, just smaller things to make a bit of a difference. We'll just keep that there as a marker. Now, on the other side here, what we've got planned for hiding this part of it, because we want this to be a little bit of an area, we can maybe put in another house piece of thing over here, which will connect back this way, and this will connect down from there eventually into here. So we can even do the back of it just to finish it off for now, because we still have to finish this off. This is another project which we probably will have to come back to quite shortly in the near future. So that's my plan for this. And before I go, I want to show you some other work, because I've done a lot of stuff actually in between episodes. I did another house over here, just not finished, but just shape-wise, so we can kind of feel how it will be to walk through here. I think it works very, very well, and the way I've connected it, I think, works very well there as well. The other stuff which we've done, because as I say, I've been very, very busy. We've built a little bit of a forest over here, and that was what I was talking about a few episodes ago. We still have quite a bit of work to do in it. But it just as far as the concept is, we've got that going. Plus, I've got more stuff to show you. In this area right around here, we've got ourselves our skeleton farm, which is working, but not completely, and I want to show you guys that as well. But what we've got over here, I need to light this area up, is we've got a little hole going down here, where I've dug out a bunch of this ground here, because we needed some iron, we needed some gold, we needed... well, pretty much iron was the most important thing. So I decided I would take the beacon around here, and I've moved the beacon already back into the Nether hub, but actually I didn't move it into the Nether properly. So that's probably something I'll need to do shortly. But it's back there right now in terms of where it is. And we've just cleared out a bunch of space here, purely because we wanted the resources. I also almost destroyed our skeleton farm, which is running right below here. That could have been a bit of a disaster, but we managed to figure that out before we got that far. It's nighttime right now. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And what I wanted to show you before I go back to building a bit of stuff is in this area over here, I don't know if I've shown you guys this, but I've got a little sneaky entrance over there, just so that I can get in and out the back of this nice and easily, which really, a button wasn't working, so I needed to put a little bit more timing on that, so that the button worked for a bit longer, so you can see, lasts a little bit longer. We're having some trouble over here, though. And this, I can't seem to understand why, because I haven't done anything to change it. But it isn't working right now. Maybe there's something I don't see, which you guys might be able to see. So I understand it's currently over the top. So we'll get this over here. We'll get some of these things out, and this should work right now, right? You see? This is working. We've got this subtracting the redstone signal from that, and that is working quite well. And that should be shooting items out. You can see it's clicking into there. But when we look in here, the only thing that's happening is items are coming in from this hopper, and I know what a lot of people are going to say, it might just be coming in from the hopper and at the same rate. So now we'll make sure there's nothing coming in. Do you see that? Nothing's going up, but this is still doing this. And the other day, now it might not work, but I switched this off, and it still carried on doing the signal thing. Is it me, or is that very weird? Because that should not do that. That shouldn't be making that. Maybe it's to do with this. Let me get rid of that. You know what I reckon's happening? I think I've worked this out. I don't know why it stopped working. But what was happening there is this over here, this observer must have been powering that continuously. Look at that. Actually, it is. If we get rid of that, is that continuously powered? That one was continuously powered. That's very strange. Now it's not. But before, that was, like, you guys can vouch for me. That was red, right? Like, that was definitely red. There, if we put that there, does that work still? Okay, so the observer obviously has a little bit of a bug in it, where it wasn't working. So, are these working here? That seems to be working again. Great. Now, we don't know whether or not it is until we go all the way to the top there, which I'm not going to do right now. But yeah, that's something I'm glad we figured out. I'm glad it's come into play and it's all working. I want to also make this a bit taller at some stage, just to get this sugarcane farm a bit more useful. And we've also replaced the melons on the side there. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you. I'll get going on some building and I'll be back. Alright, so we've got ourselves the watchtower and we've also got the tree over here, which I think overall this area is coming along quite nicely. It's I've done a bit of work. I can't speak right now as per usual. But yeah, I've done a bit of work just to get this area looking a little bit more crowded up and kind of finished off to some extent. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to fix up this garden a little bit here. Maybe break a few more, get rid of that dandelion, break a few of these, and see how we go. So, I'm actually alright with oxide daisies, or oxide daisies. I don't really mind them too much. I think it's oxide daisy. Those far ones, up like that, and there, so that it's not too crowded. Right, maybe... Ah, dang it. Okay, that one. Yeah, alright, that'll work, I think. Perfect, and we've used up all of the bone meal. Alright, so the next thing that I want to do, because obviously this tower, let me just show you this tower quickly. It's kind of different, but I don't mind it. I think it's actually alright. We'll come out from this side here and I'll show you. I think it's looking alright. I don't know. I kind of like it quite a bit. By the way, I've been using these quite a bit recently, and we've got ourselves a bunch of them. I've also just went, actually, between the first little bit that we did here, and I went and gathered a bunch of ender pearls. That's why I've got a few more levels from when we started. And that was actually quite easy to get to as well, because I'm using that little run that we built in the end to get a bunch of endermen in one spot, and I just look at them all and give them all a swipe. So in this tower, what I want to do is I still want to put in a window on each of those. Maybe just one there, and I don't know if we can do the back one, but we might still do it just for looks-wise. And the reason for that is because we've got this ladder running up this way. Obviously, we have to do the inside of this as well. But yeah, that's looking alright, I think. Look at that. Just a nice little lookout. Not too bad, and we can still jump off of it, which is something I actually kind of like. So there, that's something good. The next thing that I want to do is, if you have a look at this area, let me just step back at this area. So we've got this kind of looking nice and kind of built in here. We're hiding the nether portal only slightly. I mean, we're not going to hide it completely, but it's not making it a centerpiece. And we'll obviously go around the back here, try and hide it from this perspective as well. But still, have it kind of work in our city, as it is right now. So, we've got this area here, which I said I wanted to build a back of a house. Now, I'm thinking I might even be able to build a house where we just walk into the front of it, over here. We could even have it running around this way, with a little bit of a sneaky pathway over here eventually, which is what I'm thinking. So, for that, I'm just going to go build something nice and simple. Just our normal bone blocks and stuff like that, so that we have a bit of a simple house just to see what's going on. In fact, we might just build this wall and have a look at how that looks, because I think this area is what we want to be doing, and that we don't want to get too distracted from it if we go into other spots, if we want to build an entire house right now. Oh, one too many. Oh, another thing, I built in a little bit of a wall there, which I think works quite well. So how does this look? Let's just check. Yep. I want to maybe make that piece up there a bit higher. In fact, how will that look over there? Let's just try to work this out. That over there, one out. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we'll make this piece over here. Also, that can't go higher, because that will intersect with that roof. Although, nah, I don't think they'll work too well. Maybe we'll just leave this one level. In here, what can we do to get this area here taken care of? Maybe we can do another little tree or something along here. In fact, we can maybe do it right now. Let's just quickly build up a little tree and hide this area here. Nothing too big, just a smallish one. In fact, that one was just a small one there. And, oh man, what am I doing? This will make life a bit easier if I just do it this way. There, and we'll go out there. There. Get this one here. And we'll do one more. There. In fact, maybe just another one just for the sake of having it there. So yeah, we'll get a tree built in here, and I think at this stage, we just have to do a few little small things. Obviously, add in the roof there. But one thing that I think will be the big changer, which I still have to do, which I haven't mentioned just yet, is adding in a bit more natural stuff, kind of like bushes and stuff around the portal, which I think will tie it in and kind of distract from the fact that there's a portal there in the first place, which is really, that's just a hunch, I don't know. But I certainly hope that it is something that will help us out to some extent to try and hide this. Now, I've also recently been thinking of some future projects that I want to get done in this place. And obviously, a lot of people will, well, this is just something I get quite a lot in general when I suggest something like this. A lot of people will suggest redstone projects. And I'm enjoying doing a bit of redstone and stuff here and there, but I don't want to make a lot of redstone stuff. I'm not really big into redstone right now. I do enjoy redstone, but I don't know. I don't really want to do too much in this world. So if you guys have got ideas for that, definitely let me know. But overall, that's not going to be our focus. We still do like building. We focus on building. And I think that's what we're going to stick to. Actually, that is working really, really well. Well, the tree isn't 100%, but the idea of it is working quite well. Just a small oak tree. Yeah, that'll work quite nicely. Yeah, so what I've been thinking of for future projects which I want to take on in this world at least. Obviously, we've got a few farms to build and stuff like that. I have mentioned in a few episodes ago that we wanted to have our nether, our end spot there that we want to eventually build up. That's something pretty cool. But what I want to do, which I want to tackle this will probably be over like a few episodes, and it'll be a kind of a long-term thing, which I have mentioned before, but it's something that I've been thinking of more and more recently, which is this over here, this mountain. And what I want to do is, I've been thinking about it, and I've been thinking what will make this town finish? What will really complete, like, everything to make me feel like this is really something that I can call a finished work before we go on. And in fact, our next town that we build one day will be, I hope it will dwarf this one and make this one look really, really dumb. So what I've been thinking of was doing a bit of a fake mountain. And we've started with it, and I haven't really continued on too much, but now we've got a bunch more stone, so we can do it. And I've been messing around with a lot of just small things like there, just practicing a bit of terrain formation and terraforming. And just stuff like that. And I feel like if we could make this mountain kind of go along here, not this height, maybe we can do something along there, and make this over here a fake mountain, and this over here a fake mountain, we can really tie in the idea that this is next to the sea, because I feel like overall, we do miss the idea that this is part of the sea. Because over there, you can tell that there's a desert there. You know that there's a desert there. But I don't want to see that there's a desert. I want it to look as if there are two heads and that exits out into the ocean. We can always just do something else on the other side to kind of make it look a bit more original. Well, make it look a bit more legitimate. But that's just something I've had in my mind. Maybe build up something there, and see how that goes. But for now, what I want to do in this area here, before we go on, tell me what you think about that. But yeah, what I want to do now is over here, let's take a step, and let's check how this looks. Yeah, I might just get a roof on that, and we can maybe call this area here, once we've got maybe a light or two, we can maybe call it done and dusted. So let's get rid of this guy, and I will be right back. Okay, so we've got this bit of roof going on in here. I'll probably just do a little bit more work there, putting in some lights and stuff like that. I've also got some windows in over here, so I think this area is looking a little bit better. Let's just take a little bit of a walk in here and see how this looks. Yeah, that's really, really good. I'm liking that quite a bit. That's working pretty good. One thing I forgot to show you as well, which I have done, is finishing off the insides of these so that we're ready for when we do want to go and put in everything that we need. So obviously this one over here has been finished for a long time. We've got all the walls and stuff, but I've just kind of gone ahead and kind of, like in the last episode, we polished off that one piece. I've just been doing that sort of stuff in here. So for instance, in this one here, we've already had someone steal our door, which we'll have to fix up. But you can see I've got in some interiors here, a second story with some floors and stuff like that. We've even got a spot over here for when we do want to go underground and just small things like that. In here as well, I'll show you. I might as well go through all the houses. We're almost there. This one here is kind of interesting because I've got a bit of spot, like a little spot over there, and I also had over here, so I decided to put this one as the balcony for that, and also a little room over here, which kind of works quite well. And that's just above the broom closet, which is right around here. You see? There we go. Broom closet. Perfect. Then, down here, I actually didn't do anything down here. We've just got this blocked off. I put a little torch there because stuff was spawning. And around here, is there anything special? Nothing too much, but that's kind of, it's just kind of the whole way that this is all fitting together, which is working really, really well. Now, as per usual, my neighbor makes a bunch of noise, so ignore the noise in the background because I can't do anything about that, and that's just the way it is. Around here, we've also got a bit, and then in our very last one, which is right around here, how many is that? Is that six different houses in here? Yeah, we've got this spot over here. But yeah, this noise is ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous right now. It's beyond a joke. But yeah, guys, that'll pretty much do it for today's episode. I will probably get going on a bit of other stuff before the next episode, but I'm not too sure where we're going to go next episode, so maybe you guys can leave it down in the comments. Tell me if you guys have got any ideas for that. So, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.